Hey, how's it going, everybody? Or as one YouTuber says, hey guys, how's it going? Anyway, beautiful fall day here in Philadelphia area. I got the Eagles on the radio. Phillies are in the World Series. Tied 1-1 right now. But anyway, I'm back here in the garage. Decided to bring the car back to the garage, do a little more work on it. Just posted a video that you'll probably see before this, hopefully, about where the car is at now and where it started from. I hope you enjoyed that video, but no further ado, I'll show you what I'm getting into today. So we'll be right back. Go Eagles, go Phillies. All right, a couple of things I want to take care of today. Not really happy with how this top turned out. I got some sprayed marks and just not really what I was going for. So I'm going to sand this down, reapply some paint on here and see if we can get it going a little better. I'm continuing to hit these little patches where we have some surface rust and some scaling paint. So going to cover these, especially the bare spots, with some primer. Not going to do too much with the side of the car. I did use some touch-up paint on this, AA1 touch-up paint, and that's what it's going to look like until I get it painted. Now this isn't top coated yet with the clear coat, so I should get a little bit better shine out of that. Eventually I'm going to do this roof line here. I did the trunk already, as I told you about before, but it also has spray lines in it. Made the mistake of painting this outside, and I think it was a little too hot that day. This I needed more paint for it, wasn't enough to cover, but I still had the same type of problem with this, in that it was hot out the day I painted outside, and I think what was happening is that the paint was drying as I was putting it on, so I have all this like splotchiness to it. So we're going to wet sandpaper this and repaint that. But I do have some news about that. I did go out and purchase a spray gun, so I'm going to try my hand at that. Otherwise, you know, a couple more spots I want to take care of. This back trunk lid, where I'd already sort of repaired some of the rust on here. And yeah, we're just going to keep going. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to put some tape on here, this molding strip, and I'm going to prime this area, and then I'm going to get to stripping the clear coat that I put on this, and maybe apply another coat of the black. All right, that's it.
Stacked to the near side of the field. Sanders to the right. Devontae Smith goes in motion from right to left. Second down and 10. The snap again. He pops the he fires, and this time a diving reception on the 40 by A.J. Brown. They got a little bit of the underthrow. He had to come back and forth, but he still makes it complete. The Eagles have burned down and short.
And you have to give Brown a lot of credit here, because that was thrown a little bit short.
Okay, so here are the paint, touch-up paint that I'm using. You can see this comes from expresspaint.com, and my color code, which is the Chrysler AA1 Silver Mist Poly. Gotta say that I'm really happy with how this came out. Again, not a professional paint job, but looks good from afar. So just wanted to report on that. And I also got the quart of paint from Express Paint too that I'm going to be spraying. All right, so I'm just continue to take off this clear coat using a 220 grit. Just cut into this clear coat and take that off. So I'm continuing to do this on the hood here. So this is just handwork, not really that compelling, I think. But yeah, I want to try to get this clear coat off, and then we're going to try another spray with the black top coat. and see if I can get this to come out a little better than I did. Alright, so this will be like 220 grit on here. This kind of cut the, I put like an enamel clear coat on here, spray enamel clear coat. So I'm going to cut that off with the 220, and then once I get that off, I'm going to go to a finer grit sandpaper and try to get some of these scratches out. And then we'll do a spray on that. Alright, so this kind of stuff I've actually been doing off camera, and I haven't really showed you the process because it's sort of tedious, and there's a lot better videos out there that show how to do body work. I'm doing like half-ass body work. It's HA, we call it, HA body work. Really because I don't have all the equipment, and to be honest, I really don't have all the time. It's really difficult for me to get time to do work on the car with a younger son, work, responsibilities, and all. So this is going to be what it is, you know. As long as the car runs well, and that's the main thing that I'm worried about. And sure, I would love the car to have like a showroom shine on it, but that's not what I got here, and it's not what I can afford. So it's just going to have to do. So that's it. HA Body Work here, signing off. Okay, just completed doing a wet sandpaper. I did a 600 grit after I did the 220 grit, and now I'm using a California blade. You guys know about these things? It's like a squeegee. Get some of this water off. So I did on the wet sandpaper, I did a 600 wet. I'm sorry, 400 wet. So we'll get all this extra water off, let it dry here in the sun a little bit. We'll do an evaluation, and then we'll tape up and see about putting a coat of black on here. Another coat of black. So this is the junk that I'm using on the top of the hood, roof. It's this Rust-Oleum high performance enamel. So, and that's what it looks like. Can't really tell if this is any better than what it was before, but I think it is. This is a second coat, so we're going to try another couple coats until this can runs out. It's about a quarter left on here, and we'll see what happens. Eagles are winning, by the way. Okay, so this is 3 coats, and I'm a little bit happier with this. There are some fine sand lines in there, but this was really chopped up, this roof, because I had to hack the vinyl roof off of it. But at least this isn't streaky. It's got a nice shine to it. What I'll probably wind up doing is taking like a wet dry, wet sandpaper, maybe 2000 grit, just to take off some of that shine, and then just maybe cover it with a clear coat. But I don't know, what do you guys think? It's definitely not streaky anymore. Okay, that's it. Okay, I wet sandpapered this hood with 800 grit. So it got it nice and smooth. These parts right here that you see, that's the primer coat that you can still see underneath, because I ran out of paint that I was using on the hood. So this definitely needs respray, which I will do. The trunk I wound up probably using about 3 cans on, but you can still see I have some streaking. A little tough to see, but there's a spot there that's streaky. I also wet sandpapered this, streaky there, streak there. So this again will have another coat with the New Harbor Freight spray gun that I have. Don't have enough time to get to this today. Still more prepping I need to do. I need to clean the gun. It's brand new, so it needs to be all disassembled and cleaned. I think the roof came out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this. Again, looks horrible. And I wouldn't say horrible. It looks kind of grainy when you're up on top of it. But when you step back, it's got a nice little gloss to it. Alright, so that's, I guess, it for today. I'm going to clean up and put the car away. It's back in its garage. Interesting story. I had it out, as you may notice in some of my videos, out in front of my house for a while, and it had been fine. Nobody screwed with it. But then this week, my neighbor bumped into it with his truck, and you can see just like a little paint chip, which will come off. It was no big deal. He was very apologetic about it, though. I felt bad for the guy, but as I told him, you know, as long as you hit the bumper, that's fine with me. You know, I can take that little thing out. That'll buff right out with some sandpaper or something, or some what do you call that stuff? Steel wool. But other than that, it's pretty good. All right, and dirty. All right, we'll see you next time. Maybe next time we'll be set up to spray the trunk lid and this hood, and yeah, and that's it. And maybe do some of the clear coat on the rest of what I took care of. All right, well, I'm going to take this for a quick ride. I've got to go up to the store to pick up something, so I think I'll drive this and. Eagles are still winning. All right, see you next time.